Go.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Thunderbird podcast. This is episode numero 11. It's yours truly, Adon Ramirez. Obviously, my co-host Avery Brady is also in the house. This is the pre-draft special. The draft is tomorrow, April 29th, 2021. Very hyped for it. I can't wait for Howie Roseman to select the eighth graded wide receiver in the first round again. So we're going to be breaking down some. We're going to be expanding on what we talked about last week with the draft in particular. Just going to go more in depth with all 32 teams and what their needs should be. But first, before we get to any of that, we have a few free agency news, just NFL news in general that's separate from the draft. And so Avery, go ahead and kick us off for this one.
Wow, what a professional start after like trial number four. So
Yeah.
yeah, we had some field recordings, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, free agent stuff. Just to repeat again. So we talked real quick. Sean Lee from the Cowboys retired. I mean, it's not much to talk about there. 'Cause Don, we were talking about it before. He said like it's not that. He said it's not that important because like Sean Lee is injured for like 75% of his career, which I mean that's true. Nonetheless, Cowboys are losing a good linebacker because I mean he was a monster when he played. So that could affect maybe who the Cowboys select. They could pursue Micah Parsons now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the draft. Um, and then Antonio Brown re-signed with the Bucks. That is just absolutely insane because the Bucks, they got literally everybody back. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how it's crazy. I mean, we've talked about it before. Just what the Bucks are doing in general are just is just insane.
it's
Like
historical.
it's historical. They haven't lost a single free agent. That's unheard of, especially for a Super Bowl team when everybody wants to go. Every free agent wants to get paid, but they all it's Tampa Bay. They all just want to play with Tom Brady, and they want to listen. You can go to Jacksonville, sign a $50 million contract, and then suck for the next 3 years, and no
And,
one cares about you.
and you know what? You know, I'm just realizing. I think the reason they were able to get all their free agents back is because it's the simple formula Tom Brady has been using his entire career to maintain fantastic teams, and that's
Mhm.
taking pay cuts as a quarterback. Look, Tom Brady's going to walk out of the NFL not the richest quarterback to have ever played. He's
Yeah.
not going to, but he's going to walk out as the best quarterback to ever play
Mhm.
because he took pay cuts. It's the method. I was
Yeah.
actually listening to Colin Coward a few days ago or a week ago. I can't remember, but he was saying that like the best teams that rookies today have or that quarterbacks today have are when they are rookies because they're on a rookie cheap contract and so they can shill out money to the rest of the players on the team and get loaded skilled positions and all that stuff. And then once the rookie contract is over and then they has got to sign big contract extensions for quarterbacks, that's when the team you know so there's a way. I mean, the Seahawks have lost some good players with Russell Wilson signing his big contract. Uh, Carson Wentz is going to be a big dead cap hit for the Eagles, you know, and we've had to release some players that I was not a fan of, you know, um, and I mean those are just a couple examples, and I think a lot of upcoming quarterbacks really need, and even current quarterbacks that are on the edge of the contract, really need to look at Tom Brady and see what he's doing, and just take a pay cut. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're still making millions. You're still even if you're not the richest quarterback in the league, you're still making more money than most positions in the NFL. The If you take a pay cut, the only people I could ever see potentially being out, being paid more than you are like the best receivers or the best running backs in the game, the top notch guys. But I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you're still making millions of dollars per year in the double digits of millions. You know,
Mhm.
I think it's something that quarterbacks need to look at if they want to be as good or better than Tom Brady. So,
Yeah. I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I mean, Tom. The reason Tom Brady's been able to sustain this success for so long is because he is selfless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's not. Listen, first off, other than the fact that he has like a million sponsors, he has his own company. He rakes in millions of dollars a year just on name brand. So NFL money, like team money, it's not really that much of like it's not that significant to him. So he'll take a pay cut. Give me every A+ free agent that you can get, and let's go win a championship. And guess what happened? He won a championship because he took a pay cut, and they were able to get all these free agents. And that's what I think teams are trying to move in the direction of. Like you said, they're trying to win on rookie deals. Mahomes won on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, even though yeah he didn't play, he was on a second year rookie deal. Russell Wilson, his second year in the league, he won a Super Bowl on a rookie deal. And so obviously, the younger these quarterbacks are, the more talent the team will be able to surround them with. And then, but once they start getting into the contract extensions and the 6 year 35 million guaranteed, that's over time. It's going to cost you. You're not going to be able to have as much talent around you. I mean, so that's why I feel like the AFC right now is definitely a hotbed for just that's why that listen that's why the lowest seeded wild card team was still 11-5 in the AFC. All these young
Well, yeah.
quarterbacks.
Yeah. Let's think. Baker Mayfield rookie contract. I think this is his final year on rookie contract.
No, this is fourth year.
No, I'm saying this is his final year on. Wait, are rookie contracts 5 years? I thought they're 4.
It's 4 years with a fifth year option.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is gonna be his fourth year.
Okay. So potentially his last year on rookie contract. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Baker played on rookie contract. Philip Rivers played for cheaper than what he did, I think, for the Chargers. Um,
Josh
Matt,
Allen,
yeah, Josh Allen rookie deal. Patrick Mahomes, I think, was on.
Lamar.
Yeah. Yeah, but both of them. I think last season was Mahomes' final season on his rookie deal.
No, I think 2017, 2018, 20. No, that was still his third year. I think they gave him the contract extension after he won the Super Bowl. That's when they gave him that 10-year deal. But I think
Oh,
that was like only like his third year in the league. So
I
yeah,
thought
I mean,
I thought that wasn't going into effect until this upcoming season. That contract extension.
maybe, but either way, like they still won it
E-
because
Nonetheless,
he didn't
you're
cost
right.
anything.
You're right.
You know.
And then I think a prime example on the other end is Aaron Rodgers. You
Yeah.
know, the I mean, it does suck that the Packers don't, you know, get him help, get him
Mhm.
the help that he needs in the draft. I mean, you can't blame Aaron Rodgers in that perspective, but nonetheless, Aaron Rodgers is not taking pay cuts. The dude is being paid over 30 million a year. I mean, great quarterback, deserves the money. I mean, that's true, but you're gonna be able to get better guys if you just pay for cheap or play for cheaper.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. And the Dolphins almost made the playoffs with Tua.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I'm excited for Justin Herbert because look at how good he is, and
yeah,
we're not even paying him anything. The amount
yeah,
of talent we can surround this guy with, and what hoping maybe win the Super Bowl,
yeah,
is it's very exciting. And I'm even though your Eagles aren't in the best position, let's say Jalen Hurts pops off, like
yeah,
he has a tremendous sophomore season. All Howie Roseman needs to do is get out of whatever funk he's in and just try to have good one or two good drafts. That's honestly all it takes. One or two good
yeah,
drafts, a couple good free agent signings, and you're a playoff team just like that.
yeah,
The Eagles and Chargers can very well have success in the next 2 years.
yeah. That's the crazy thing about the Eagles is like I'm a very honest fan, and I will say right now, like I am not excited about our future. It looks grim because
Mm-hmm.
of Howie Roseman's drafting abilities, his decision making as a GM. I'm with Howie Roseman as our GM. I'm not excited. I mean, of course, I'm going to watch Eagles football, and I'm excited to see the day that that September comes, and I'm seeing the Eagles in Week 1 again. Of course, I'm going to be excited about that. Are you kidding me? Look at the flag in the background, and look
Yeah.
at that back there.
Look at you.
The look. Jeez, I mean, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Of course, I'm going to watch the games, but I'm not putting my hopes up high. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but you are right though that we can be good. Like honestly, the Eagles are like like the I don't know. We really the thing is we do have room. Like we really can be good. We absolutely can. It's just is Nick Sirianni going to be the right coach? Did Dalvin Roseman make the right moves? Is he going to actually draft a decent player finally? You know, you
All
know,
a bunch of ifs.
yeah, a lot of ifs, a lot of ifs. Um, but going to the last thing of free agency, unless you have anything else to say.
No, no, no.
Now, was Teddy Bridgewater being traded to the Broncos from the Panthers for a sixth round pick? Who do you think won that trade? Actually,
I definitely think that the Panthers won, but here's the thing: it's not. It's like it's such a small victory because
yeah. Oh yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater is just he's like falling off the face of the earth. Um, he's I don't know. I listen. Why Denver made the trade? I'm not sure.
Me
I'm not
neither.
sure why they decided to go with Teddy Bridgewater and then have that to be Drew Lock's competition. Not that Drew Lock is going to be in for the long run anytime soon. You look at the quarterbacks in that division. Derek Carr, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and you think Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater, one of them is going to be like the answer to lead you guys past them. Obviously, I don't know why they made the trade. Maybe it was to fire up Drew Lock to motivate him to
Well, I
excel.
mean,
I
they
guess.
do. The Broncos have stated that they want to bring a competition for Drew Lock. That's been stated before. But yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, look, you got him for cheap with the sixth round pick, but that's because he is worth cheap right now.
Yeah.
He,
And
he
besides, what if Teddy Bridgewater outplays Drew Lock? But like it's not. But like Teddy Bridgewater outplaying Drew Lock is not saying much.
yeah,
Like, they're
and
still gonna finish last in the division.
yeah, for sure. And then that'll be. I mean, not it's not often nowadays that late round picks ended up being stars, but that'd be kind of crazy if the sixth round pick that the Panthers got from this ended up being some star player.
I mean,
But
as long as that 6 round pick is just like on the field for like 20 snaps a
or
game.
or at least providing solid depth.
Yeah, other than like then the Panthers won. So I think the Panthers won. They didn't win much. No, they're not winning by like a
No,
long shot. But it's like if I had to pick like a winner of this trade, you know,
they gave cheap and got cheap. I mean,
a 6 round pick I think is worth more than a washed up quarterback by far. Because who knows what that 6 round pick can be? We know what Teddy Bridgewater is already. He's a bridge quarterback that you use. He's a quarterback who he's just not himself, and obviously it was due to that injury that he had.
yeah.
But he's not going to be going. I don't even think he can lead a team to the playoffs. I honestly don't. So
You know what? You know what's kind of sad is when he was in New Orleans and Breeze went out for 5 games and Teddy Bridgewater had to come in. It's crazy because Teddy Bridgewater played good. The Saints were
yeah,
5-0 with Teddy, and it was cool to see Teddy come back. And finally do some good after that ACL tear. But man, 0-8 with potential game-winning drives on the line or game-winning slash game-tying drives on the line
hmm
with the Panthers. That's that's extremely disappointing. Extremely
and another
disappointing.
another thing to point out too is that Denver, like the Carolina, they paid a lot for Bridgewater last offseason.
They did, yeah,
And so now Denver's going to be they're going to have to deal with with that contract now, along with Drew Lock. Let's say let's say if by some chance they select a quarterback too, like at 9, wherever they are.
yeah.
That's even more chaotic. It's like you have 3 potentially opening day starters, and
But
but
you gotta have your options,
it's
Adon.
you gotta have your options. But listen, I've always been of the belief if you're having a quarterback competition, then that means you don't have a real quarterback.
Oh,
Quarterback competitions are not good. That's
that's
not a good thing for a team to have.
yeah. That's no, that's absolutely true. Um, I mean, think about it. The Bears had Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles competing last season.
Yeah.
I know the Eagles announced that Jalen Hurts is going to be competing with Joe Flacco. I mean, Joe Flacco was once great, but this is 2021 Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's not. No, he's not stellar. So, I mean yeah, no, you're honestly. I didn't even think about that, but it's so true. All the teams that have quarterback competition are not doing good because let's think about it the flip side. Quarterback teams that are definitely not having quarterback competition. Packers. Not even close. Not even close. Um, whoever the heck Jordan Love. Jordan Love is Aaron Rodgers'
Mhm.
backup. He's a rookie. He's not even close to
Yeah.
surpassing Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson. Who's his backup? I don't know. But there's a reason you don't know because you'll never see the light of day unless Russ is
Exactly.
injured. You know, Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. Oh, Chase McDaniel. Oh, well, the only reason I know that Patrick Mahomes got injured for
Yeah.
for for a little bit in the playoff game against the Browns. And you know what's funny is that Chase McDaniel got them the game-winning first down. So,
I
my
was so
God,
mad.
yeah, it was. Oh man, the Browns were so close. They were close. Oh, but like other good team, Tom Brady. Who's the Bucks backup? Don't know.
Blaine Gabbert, I think.
Really?
He's like he really
Yeah.
is the worst quarterback of all time. I hold that in high belief.
But Blaine Gabbert is a journey third string quarterback.
Yeah, like he's not even. He shouldn't even be a backup. He should be a backup to the backup. I don't honestly don't know how he still has a job. I honestly do not know like how our NFL teams. Listen, you got journeyman like Tyrod Taylor. He's always gonna get work. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's gonna get work. How's Blaine Gabbert getting work? I don't understand that.
That's so true. That is
Yeah,
that is so true. Yeah, he's a very forgettable quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's never done anything. Like I don't know. But
yeah.
anyway,
Anyways, do you want to go back into the draft?
yeah. Let's go to the draft. We got a lot to
Yes.
talk about.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue off of where we left off last week, and then maybe go back to some of the first first top 10 picks or something, because we already did like a little mock draft slash team needs with the first 15 picks. So if you want to know about that, go check that out in last episode's podcast, episode 10. After we talk about free agency, and then yeah, we last left off with the Patriots, their team needs. So now we're gonna go that's pick 15. So now the next team to talk about is the Arizona Cardinals at pick 16. What do they need it done? Who do you think
Well,
what
the
position should they
Cardinals have
draft?
done a lot of good this, and especially in free agency. So I do think they are one of the big winners in terms of free agency.
That is
But
true.
but I still think Kyler Murray. I still think I also think they need some offensive line help and they need an edge rusher. And I know they got Chandler
Yeah.
Jones and I know they got JJ Watt, but then again, you can never have too many edge rushers at all. You can have that. It's a powerful, like they said, a good defense is a good offense is a good defense. So um, right now, Kyler Murray, the last thing you want the Cardinals to be in are in shootouts. They can be in shootouts. I'm not saying that. They had two great shootouts. No, three great shootouts with Seahawks, the Dolphins,
And the
and
Bills.
the Bills. So they can clearly put up points now that they got AJ Green and they got James Conner, Hopkins, obviously. So they have the offensive firepower, but they just need to be more dynamic in the offensive line. You got to protect Kyler. The last thing listen, we saw what happened when the Cardinals don't have Kyler Murray. They got beat by John Wolford, Jared Goff's backup. So
Oh
clearly,
yeah.
yeah, and that was a terrible game, by the way. But clearly
Yeah.
clearly Kyler Murray needs to be protected. Or I will say that their secondary is actually really good. You got Buda Baker there, but I just feel like they need like a linebacker, outside linebacker, maybe. Like I feel like Micah Parsons, Quiddy Pay,
Yeah,
those
they did.
guys would be good in Arizona.
Yeah, they did just lose somebody. I think it was Theo Riddick. I can't. No. It was
Kenyon Drake.
Hassan Riddick.
Oh,
They
Hassan.
just lost Hassan Riddick to the Panthers.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, that they would need that. But I think more so O line, because I think what the Cardinals need to do is they need to establish a running game with the running back.
Yeah.
I think that's the next big step they got to take on offense, because the best teams in the league, the teams that are making it up there in the playoffs, have good running games. I mean, even if it's not top notch, it's still good. Chiefs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's not like a top 5 running back, probably not even top 10, but you know what? He's good. And he establishes a little bit of, spice to their offense. You
Mhm.
know, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones. Josh Allen, well, he was just a monster alone. They they need running back help. Um,
Yeah, they do.
yeah, they need a new running back. Who else? Leonard Fournette for the Bucks went off in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Uh, the Cleveland Browns made it to divisional. Nick Chubb slash Kareem Hunt.
that's the best running game in the NFL.
Yeah. The Titans, Derrick Henry. I mean, the
Yeah.
king, when healthy. I mean, CMC, like that's someone who can elevate the Panthers to the playoffs. You
Hmm.
know, the best teams have solid running games. They really do. And or even yeah, and the Saints, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
So I yeah the you don't have to have a top five running back. Hell, you probably don't even need a top 10, but at least it's got to be good and it's got to be somewhat effective, you know?
Hmm.
And the Cardinals, Kenyon Drake was, it wasn't bad, but what effect was Kenyon Drake having on the league? You know what I'm saying?
None.
None. None. Kyler Murray had to do it all. And so I think, yeah, O line will help. And, James Conner could, yeah, signing James Conner in free agency and drafting an O lineman, that'll help significantly. So I think O line should probably be their top priority.
Hmm.
The next pick is the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders need everything on defense that they can
Yeah,
get. They don't have. They have them. They and the Cowboys have the worst defenses I've ever seen, especially last season. Everybody lit them up. Like they almost lost to the Jets. You
uh,
mean like
they and that was the Jets shooting themselves in the foot.
yeah, that was
The,
just terrible coaching.
like the Jets the Let's be honest, the Raiders did not win that game. The Jets lost that game.
Yeah,
The Jets beat themselves in the end with
exactly.
that terrible coaching. Their defensive coordinator got fired right after the game. Remember?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was Greg Williams. Yeah,
Greg Williams. That's right, because he called like an 8-man blitz on the last play, which would have obviously been a hail mary. Yeah, for those of you guys who didn't know. Um,
yeah. So I just like the Raiders need. Okay, I
Real
mean they
quick,
have what?
and they got destroyed by the Atlanta Falcons, 44-6.
Yeah, yeah. So like clearly they just have a weak defense. I know they have Max Crosby, who I'm not sure. I think he's a defensive end. He's
Besides
he's
Max Crosby,
decent.
who do they have? Max Crosby's
That's
good.
that's my point. That's my
Yeah,
point. That's all they really have on defense. They have no secondary help. They don't really have. I mean, the fact that they ever even traded Khalil Mack to the Bears in the first place was beyond everybody's comprehension. But
yeah.
but yeah, man, I think this is not a. They just I listen. If there's one team, well, there's two teams I think should just go all defense in the draft. The Cowboys is one, but the Raiders are even worse because they don't even have. They don't even. I don't even know who their defensive
They need
coordinator
a
is.
safety. They need linebackers. They
They
need
need a defensive
the
tackle. They
yeah
need
they
everything
need it.
that a defense needs. They suck. Let's just be honest. They suck. They're a
Yeah,
terrible defense.
yeah,
So I think
absolutely.
I think they need to go. They need to go defense.
Yeah, best available defensive player there is. Get him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next pick is number 18, Dolphins. This is actually their second pick. We were
Yeah.
theorizing that they're probably going to take a receiver, probably Jamar Chase or something. So they get a receiver let's see, I think at 6. Yep. So we're saying for this argument that they're going to get Jamar Chase or, receiver at 6. So at 18, what else do they need?
I mean, if you're gonna go all in on Tua, he's gonna need protection. So I say you go offensive line. I think Christian Darrisaw is a Virginia Tech tackle. I think he might be available at that point. Because I know Panay Sewell and Rashawn Slater are definitely they're gonna be
Yeah,
gone by then.
they'll be gone.
Yeah, so you got to get the next best. I mean, because like it's like if we're theorizing, if we're correct, they're gonna get some kind of receiver at 6. If it's Kyle Pitts, if he falls, or if it's Jamar Chase, one of them.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need, and you're gonna go with Tua. I don't think the defense. I think at that point, after the first round, you can just draft defense for depth. Just like how the Bucks are gonna be drafting for depth. The Dolphins'
That's
defense
insane.
is insane. The Dolphins' defense is great. I mean, I don't even know if they lost any. I don't know if the Dolphins' defense really lost any significant
They
starters.
they did. They lost Kyle Van Noy.
Okay, so then I guess I guess you're gonna be you might have to draft a couple
A linebacker.
linebackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think in the first round you definitely go
Just boost
offensive
that
line for
offense.
with the 18th pick. Yeah, pick
Yeah.
you listen. You gotta help Tua out if you want him to develop. Dude, he got benched like 4 times last season.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you're
That's
and there's no Fitzpatrick to save him anymore. I mean, I
that.
guess Jacoby Brissett might save him,
Yeah.
but yeah, you got to protect Tua.
All right. Next pick. Washington. Hopefully they find they should draft a team name. That's what they should draft.
That's what they should draft. They need to get a name, dude. I can't stand saying football team anymore. But
I,
what do they need?
yeah.
Here's the
Uh,
thing. They were 7-9 last year. That and just because they made the playoffs, that does not mean that. I mean, listen, the best part of the best side of the football on that team is obviously the defense. So I guess we can focus on the offense at
yeah.
19. So
So I'd
offensive
say,
line,
yeah.
wide receiver.
O line. I wouldn't go receiver because they
Mhm.
have good receivers. They have Terry McLaurin, and who is honestly super underrated. Probably one of the best players maybe the best player on their team. Um, yeah, they have Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuels, so they could maybe draft the next best tight end potentially.
They got a tight end from the international draft. I mean the international. They got like Sammy's Reyes, like some guy
Is
from
it?
Chile.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that Jaling? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
he looks like a beast, dude. Like
Well,
he looks like the next Antonio Gates, Loki.
okay. Well, all right. Yeah. So O line. Honestly, if if there's a good enough quarterback that's available at that point, I would say maybe draft him because they have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who he's a journeyman. Ryan
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick is old. He almost retired. This could potentially be his last season. And then your next best option is the guy who played against the Bucks in the playoffs. I can't remember his name.
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke. Yeah, like let's be honest. Could Taylor Heineke develop? Yes, but that'll take a while. I'm not
Yeah,
if I'm the owner of that team, I'm not willing to bet on Taylor Heineke. He played well, and I give him props for that. But
mhm.
I'm not willing to bet on Taylor Heineke. So if there's a good enough quarterback available at 19, go for it. Honestly, honestly, I would say if Mac Jones is still available, why not? I mean, I think
I don't think Mac Jones is going to be available.
I mean, I'm just saying it because some people are starting to devalue Mac Jones. Like his value has been going down since
He
the end.
still might go a 3.
But no, you're absolutely right. You're right. I'm saying if he's still available.
Okay.
Yeah, if he's still available. But whether he's available or if it's some other like Trey Lance, Justin Field, I mean, I don't know. I don't think you know those guys are going to be available. But
Hmm.
if one is available, I say take quarterback. From there, maybe take a running back because who's
Yeah.
a running back?
Something Gibson, I think.
Oh, Shelton Gibson.
Nah, nah, that can't be his name. You remember? I remember he went off against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Something
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Shelton Gibson is that. I don't know if that's his full name. I just know something Gibson.
But let's be honest. You and I are big football fanatics. If we don't know who the heck the football team's running back is, then he's not big.
Yeah, clearly.
He's not making an impact on the
Hmm.
league. So if we haven't, I don't think we've said that any team should take Najee Harris yet, and that's the best running back prospect in the draft. So I'd say take Najee Harris if he's available at that
Yeah,
point.
he would be a good pickup for any team. Yeah, Washington's fascinating because I really don't know what they are gonna do because I feel like the Fitzpatrick signing was it was I feel like that was very symbolic of that of like how they kind of just want to win now and they like
But even
Washington
then,
knows that what
even then, like win now. I mean,
here's the
I
thing
don't even
because
see it as a win now. I see it as a security blanket for
they're
if whoever the heck they also plays bad enough. Because
they're
that's Ryan Fitzpatrick's career. The quarterback that is actually starting plays bad. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in, plays good, starts a few games, then sucks, and the cycle repeats. That's what happened last season with the Dolphins. It's what happened the season before with whoever he was with. That's the Fitzpatrick cycle. Oh, it was the Bucks. So yeah, I don't. Fitzpatrick is not an answer to me. He's a security blanket. So yeah,
I just think that they're aware of what division they're in, and but I don't. But I still think him. Here's the thing: ranking the quarterbacks in that division is a nightmare. Obviously, Dak is the best, but after that, all three of them, Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts, and Fitzpatrick, they can all be tied for last. In my eyes, it's like not one of them has really shown that they're better than the other. I guess Fitzpatrick, he's an outlier, but he sucks. Listen, let's be honest. Fitzpatrick is good at like 30% of the time.
yeah.
30%. Like
No, that's so
seven,
true.
he's mostly bad for 70%. But that 30% when he's good is
Oh,
insanely good. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
he's electric. Yeah,
But he's not gonna. I don't know why Washington would go after him. I forgot what he was on the Dolphins, right? And
yeah,
I guess Washington got caught up in, oh, he basically kind of went 10-6 because they would always bring him in to finish to his job.
yeah,
And so I don't know, man. I do not I don't like signing. I think Fitzpatrick. I don't know why any team would sign him, but I get why a team would sign him as a security blanket, like you said. But I don't know. The football team just needs they need a name, they need a quarterback, and they need offensive line help. So
yeah.
if they get those three things, then I mean I don't know. Washington has never felt like like threats ever. Like even when they made the playoffs, like the past two times, not the past season when they made in 2015 and
Yeah,
2012, they didn't feel like threats. Like no one was like intimidated by them. Like they're not dominating teams. They never have dominating teams, and I don't see how with Fitzpatrick you're going to be dominating anybody. So I don't like it. I don't know what they're gonna do in the draft. If I think they're gonna probably go best offensive player available
yeah. O
in the draft.
line, running back, quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next is Chicago, the Bears. Oh God. Same thing with the football team. If there is a good available quarterback, do it because fucking Andy Dalton. Seriously, come on. Andy Dalton is not the answer. Uh, Tight end. They could use a tight end. A line. Oh, but offense. Just go offense. Man. Oh man. Look at this. Look at the disgruntlement in Don's face. Look at this.
I'm mad. I'm mad because obviously being a Bears fan, I've only been an official Bears fan, like official Bears fan for a couple months, but because and trust me, it's a commitment that I was scared to take, but I am glad I took it. But Jesus, I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. Like this team's
at
personnel
least at
moves.
least the Chargers are your favorite team though.
Yeah, I know. This is the Bears are my secondary. It's a 60-40 split, like I've stated before. But this says, I mean, I don't. The Bears just are just sad. They're just a sad team, man. And I wish the Bears were be in a position like if they could. If listen, if the Bears could switch positions with any team, I feel like if the Bears had whatever like if they had what the 49ers have right now, a competent coach, a Super Bowl roster, obviously then I know they have a quarterback potential quarterback carousel going on there, but at least their choices are, at least they're understandable. Garoppolo, Mac Jones, maybe Trey Lance. Like the Bears would kill to have any of those guys. And no, we had to settle for Andy Dalton after all these weeks of Russell Wilson's coming to Chicago. We're throwing the entire Bears
I
headquarters.
mean, I did talk about it before. Missing out on Wilson wasn't their fault because they did offer quite a bit for Wilson. The
I
Seahawks just
know, but
didn't
it's
go for
like
it.
there was better options available than Andy
No, no,
fucking Dalton.
that is absolutely true.
That's the worst part. It's like not getting Wilson, okay, fine. But then settling for Andy Dalton rather than anybody else, that's the part that pissed everybody off.
You know what they should have
So
done? because they released Kyle Fuller for God knows what, for no reason at all. They just did it just to shit on the fans, Bears fans. What they should have done is honestly, if they were planning on getting rid of Kyle Fuller, trade him to trade up in the draft and then draft a good quarterback. That's what they should have
Or
done.
they should have just packaged whatever picks they were going to give for Russell Wilson and give it to the Falcons, or try to move up in the draft.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, Andy Dalton is not the Ryan Pace, like Howie Roseman, needs to be fired.
Oh, absolutely.
He needs to just disappear off the face of this earth, in my opinion. So listen, what do the Bears need? Okay, they still have a top five defense. Their defense is still killer. They got,
True.
even though we
True.
got rid of Kyle Fuller, so we might. I do think the draft is cornerback. Actually, you know what? The draft is cornerback heavy. We got a lot of them. We got J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, Caleb Farley, Asante Samuel Jr. So
Whoa, Asante
it's
Samuel Jr.
yeah. Can you believe it? And
Whoa,
he's like a top guy. So
I've watched him play in person with the Eagles. That
yeah,
dude,
it's
that's so cool. I don't know for you diehard fans watching right now. I don't know if you remember back in 2010, the Eagles were playing the Falcons. It was that game where Deshaun Jackson got knocked out. Man,
yeah.
that I was at that game,
Oh,
and
that was the game you were at?
yeah. I
Oh my
went to
dude, that hit was brutal, dude.
yeah, dude. I was
Was it loud? Was it loud?
yeah, it was loud, man.
It was like a gunshot.
Dude, that was a pop, dude.
Uh,
Yeah, and Asante Samuel actually got an interception that game for us against Falcons. That was dude. And you know who I watched as quarterback?
hmm.
So Michael Vick was injured.
Oh,
Kevin
Kevin
Cobb.
Kolb. Oh my
Kevin Cobb
god.
was playing, and we
God
won
bless
30.
you.
We won 31-17.
Remember? Oh, there was another backup. Mike Kafka, I think.
Mike Kafka. Yep, that was
Oh my god,
McNabb's backup,
The Eagles had the worst backups ever. Like if they didn't have
except
Vic,
for Nick Foles.
yeah, I guess Nick Foles is he's already in the running of the best backup quarterback of all time
Yeah,
by far. Now he is at this point. He won a Super Bowl as a backup. You know,
yeah.
no one just does that. But anyway, as I back to so yeah, Sanjay Samuel, it's a cornerback heavy draft. We got rid of Kyle Fuller for whatever fucking reason.
I
I don't
think
know
you guys
why we
did
would.
sign somebody to replace him though.
A nobody. That's who it was. It was a nobody.
No, I
We
don't think
signed. It
I
was
don't
a
think it
nobody.
was. I
Who?
don't.
Who was it?
I mean,
Darrell Revis.
no.
If it's not Darrell Revis or Richard Sherman, why don't we
It's
sign Richard
it's
Sherman? That's what I don't get.
that's not a bad idea. I it's not as the person was not as good as. Oh, okay. They signed, yeah, not as good as Kyle Fuller, but still good. They signed Desmond Trufant.
A nobody. Okay,
No,
so
he's not nobody,
basic.
but but nonetheless,
Maybe he was relevant like 5 or 4 years ago. Anyway, my point is that it's a cornerback heavy draft, and if you want to replace Kyle Fuller, you're still in a division with Aaron Rodgers, and he's not getting any worse, right?
no.
So he
Well,
just had an MVP season. So he's not getting any worse. Yeah, Kirk Cousins, I feel like Kirk Cousins kind of low key owns the Bears. I feel like everyone doesn't really lose to the Bears that much, even in Washington. But listen, man, the Bears are just so undynamic, and we're just such an unexciting team.
they I think you're right. They could get a better replacement for Kyle Fuller, but I think in the first round you got to replace him. They got to draft somebody on offense. Honestly,
I guess if they want to go offensive line, because honestly, I'd rather us. I don't think if we're not going to trade up, I don't want us to get like some. I don't want us to get like Kellen Mond or Kyle Trask. I don't want us to get like these random like
no.
quarterbacks that have no potential at all. So I'd rather just listen. Listen. Let's just suffer. Let's just suffer for 2021. Okay. Okay. As a Bears fan, I am okay. I'm okay with us tanking this year because that means we're gonna get a better pick and we're going to have more draft capital. So I am perfectly okay if we tank this year. If anything, the season should just be used to develop players. Just like how I wanted the Chargers to just develop Herbert throughout the season last year. I guess what happened? He won Rookie of the Year. So obviously, and I wasn't expecting us to make the playoffs. I knew we were going to make the playoffs. We sucked. Like, let's just be honest. The Chargers were not a good team last year. We were a
until
decent
the
team that
end.
showed flashes until the end. We would have been four straight, but the Bears are just a hot mess, and we need any help that we can get. And I don't at 20, I don't know what help that is. Um, we just suck, Avery. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we
no,
just suck,
it's
dude.
tragic,
It's
man.
just we're gonna go 4 and what's it, 4-13?
Yeah, no, you guys are not gonna have a good season.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
man. But let's move on to the next pick in the draft. The Colts. Ah, this is interesting.
This
This
is an interesting one.
because now we're getting teams that like these are playoff teams.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the 49ers potentially playoff team, but I mean, but these are teams that were like actually good last season. The Colts.
Mhm.
Well, they just got Carson Wentz, so that's good. Still good receivers, T.Y. Hilton, and then that upcoming kid, I can't remember his name. Michael Pittman Jr. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I mean, they have a good O line. Quentin Nelson, one of the he plays center or
He's a
guard?
guard. Guard.
Guard, yeah, but probably the best guard in the league.
Hmm.
Um, man, what do the Colts need?
Maybe excuse me. I think they need secondary help. Um.
Maybe probably like they could probably get a safety. Because I don't think their
Yeah.
safeties are. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not top notch either. So probably a safety, yeah, would suit the
Hmm.
Colts.
Yeah. I
What do
think
you-
definitely they need. I think definitely they can get something in the secondary,
Yeah,
just
and
to
that'll bolster an upcoming defense because their defense was good last season. It
Hmm.
honestly was, and
Yeah.
so that'll bolster an already good defense to potential top notch defense. So
I agree.
and if you get a 2017 Carson Wentz, which I honestly think could probably happen or at least close to it this season, I really think so.
Hmm.
Especially with Frank Reich coaching Carson Wentz. Um, with an improved Carson Wentz and a solid dude, the Colts are the Colts. Don't sleep on them. I think the Colts are primed to do something good. Yeah,
Maybe. Maybe.
yeah, and the safety will help that. But now let's move on to the Titans. This is good.
Pass rush. They don't.
Yeah,
They had a terrible pass rush last year,
yeah,
and
that's true. That's simple. I mean,
so
their
who's
whole
ever
defense.
available at pass rush, listen, it's either pass rush or secondary. Because
Yeah,
I don't know if is Malcolm Butler's not on that team.
no,
He's with
he's on
the
the Cardinals.
yeah. Oh wow. So yeah, I think they need a
Yeah,
pass this defense. I guess just to make it short.
they actually
Defense.
lost all their remotely good. The Desmond King went to the Texans. I don't know if you know that.
Hmm. I didn't know.
Kenny Vaccaro went somewhere else. So yeah, no secondary or pass rush, easy.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's one's done. All right, next pick. Uh, so the Jets are. This is their second pick in the first round draft, courtesy of the Seahawks. Seahawks only have 3 picks. Um,
In the entire draft.
in the entire draft, yes.
That's crazy. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Jamal Adams trade then.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Yes.
see.
All right. So we know the Jets are drafting Zach Wilson at number 2. That's no question.
Yeah.
Um, and then who do they draft from there? What's their next big need?
See, the
Uh,
Jets are a team where, yeah, they're gonna get their franchise quarterback, but they're bad on both sides of the ball. So you can either I
I
would either
say
go protection for Zach Wilson or secondary.
I'm gonna say between those two, I'm gonna say protection because that was the biggest thing that Sam Darnold had to deal with.
Hmm.
And I think that's one of aside from terrible coaching, that's another big factor into why Sam Darnold could not live up to his potential in New York.
Hmm.
So I think O line, yeah, I think O line, is I think the bigger priority there. But you're right,
Hmm.
they do need defensive help too.
Yeah.
And then the next pick, this all. Oh, never mind. I looked 2 picks ahead. Sorry. No, this team needs help. The Steelers.
I'd say if Najee Harris is available, I'd just say get him.
Yeah, yeah, because James Conner's gone. Their run game was atrocious last season. They
Yeah.
could also use O line because whichever Pouncey brother they had retired.
Alejandro Villanueva also left too.
Oh, did he? Wow,
Yeah.
two great offensive linemen. Yeah, so O line or running back because I can't remember who their running back's name is now, but not good. They had one of the worst running games in the league last season. I
Hmm.
mean, it didn't help that James Conner was injured a lot, but nonetheless, even when he played, it wasn't that good. The coaching also has to get better at the run game because they kind of just like two plays runs don't work. Oh, let's go back to passing the whole game, and it just
Hmm.
wears out Ben's arm. I think that's another
Yeah.
reason why Ben started to digress at the end of the season and why their 11 game win streak digressed is because
He's tired.
yeah, he's tired. Everybody figured it out. You know,
Hmm.
they could have. I mean, did I think they were gonna go to the Super Bowl? No, but you know what? They could have gotten close had they not been so boring and non-dynamic.
Yeah.
So a run game needs to be developed, whether they draft a line or an actual running back.
Yeah, I feel like the Steelers, no matter what, I feel like the Steelers defense has always been good for the time that I've
Dude,
watched
there's no,
football.
they're set on defense. They don't gotta worry.
Like that's tradition. When the steel curtain has been up for basically 60 years, it hasn't
Yeah,
come down yet.
yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I just feel like their offenses, like you said, they're just not dynamic at all. They're so boring. Juju's there.
And
I
they
don't
don't
even
even have a
know.
good second receiver, do they?
Yeah, I don't even know who a second receiver on that team is. I remember the days of when they used to have Antonio Brown, Marcus Whedon, Martavis Bryant.
Those were good.
Now they
And
just
then
have
and then
Deontay
Hein,
Johnson.
yeah, yeah, Deontay Johnson, who actually led the league in drops. So
Yeah, so that's obviously a red flag.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's their second receiver.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Steelers used to have an
yeah,
insane receiver,
and
Mike
not
Wallace,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they had Hines Ward and San Antonio Holmes.
Antoine Randall, Jericho
Yeah,
Cotchery.
Jericho Cotchery. Holy crap! Yeah, yeah, dude.
Like they were awesome, but now they're they're
Yeah,
just like it's juju. It's literally a
it,
TikTok guy and a guy who has butter. So like they're not doing too good right now.
yeah. No, Steelers are gonna fall off, but yeah, we know they need O line, running back, and receiver.
Yeah, and I'd say running back is probably their biggest because I feel like the O line you can definitely address. If you're the Steelers, you can address O line. A seventh round pick can be a starter if you're the Steelers, but a running back they haven't been able to replace Le'Veon Bell.
No,
So if
yeah. James Conner
Najee's
had
there,
one good season, but
yeah, if Najee's there, I'd say just go for him.
yeah, agreed. All right, next team. Another team with their second pick is the Jaguars. Well, we know they're getting Trevor Lawrence first pick. That's no question.
Mhm.
What do they get from there?
Another very lack of talent team. Who's the Jaguars receiver?
Oh, I know it. I know it. Um, they just they got Rashard Perryman from the Jets, who's eh.
Eh,
Um,
that's
I
nobody.
I don't know, man.
All right, so that's bad. So that's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They have
So
another.
I
They have another guy who's I can't remember his name. Like it's there on the tip of my tongue, but um, I'm gonna look it up because it's bothering me.
I honestly, if you're Jacksonville, you got Trevor Lawrence, you got a franchise, you got generational talent at your helm. Um, Again, they're just one of those. It's like Detroit. It's like a lot of it's like some other teams where
Oh,
they just
okay. They
what
got DJ Shark, who's not bad, and
who?
Marvin Jones.
It's that's still not good. Both of
Marvin
them can be
Jones is good.
upgraded. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But here's the thing:
but
I don't think there's going to be any significant receivers at that point. So I'd say
no,
you just go O line or defense, like
anybody on
any
defense.
defense, anybody on defense. But O
They
line, obviously, I feel like for young quarterbacks, that O line is like that's like the treasure chest. If you're a general manager, you need to strike gold on O lines if you have a young quarterback that you want to build around.
yeah, I agree. All right. Another now this is where we start getting really into solid teams.
Which pick is this?
This is 26.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
no, the rest from here on out they're solid teams. Uh,
Playoffs.
Browns are at 26.
The Browns. They got their defensive line already stout. They got
Yeah.
their secondary problems fixed. So I'd say linebackers or I don't know, maybe a linebacker or maybe another weapon for Baker Mayfield.
Or maybe another corner.
Okay, maybe a corner because I know they got John Johnson.
Which is good. They got somebody
Yeah.
else too. I can't remember, but I think a corner or a linebacker would suit them.
hmm Yeah,
Or
their defense is definitely like the weak side of the ball.
yeah, but it's yeah, it is weaker, but it's gotten so much better in free agency.
hmm
Browns have been doing good in free agency.
Yeah.
They really have.
hmm
Yeah,
Jadavion Clowney was like looking back now, like 2 weeks later. It's honestly, it is a good signing.
yeah, no, it is. Um, and then from there we got 27 Baltimore Ravens. Okay, this is
They do need some help. They do
receiver.
need some help. Oh, yeah, but
Sammy
yeah,
Watkins is not
receiver.
the answer.
He'll never be an answer for anybody. Um, I mean,
Oh,
honestly, if I'm
they just lost Orlando Brown to the Chiefs.
exactly, so that's
Holy
why I'd
crap, we forgot to
go.
mention that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Orlando
Chiefs have
Brown.
their whole line situation
They
solved.
upgraded it somehow. I don't know how, but they
It's
did.
man, when they first released Eric Fisher and then Mitchell Schwartz, we were all just puzzled, but we didn't realize that all the fans, we as fans, were playing checkers and the Chiefs were playing chess clearly because
Exactly.
they, yeah, no, what was at first a big loss ended up now is a big win.
Exactly. So,
Chiefs are
um,
insane.
yeah, so the Baltimore, maybe you get an offensive lineman, a receiver, and I think was Matthew Judon, was he a linebacker or defensive end?
I think defensive end.
Okay, so then I'd say gotta get a defensive lineman too, just because you want to make sure you at least have a pass rush still.
Yeah.
Because the Steelers are gonna have one, the Browns are gonna have one, Cincinnati, who knows? But
No.
if you're in that
Cincinnati.
division, you want to be able to get to the quarterback, and just in that
Well, yeah,
conference
you
in
gotta
general.
you gotta compete with the conference, and the Browns are rising in that division.
Yeah,
Like you now have to compete with the Browns, honestly.
yeah.
So yeah, I and that starts with you got to keep up that defense. So I'm like, dude, I'm excited to see Ravens and Browns games. Those are gonna be good games.
Yeah, it's turning in. If it keeps up this year, it might be just one of the best. It might be one of the best new rivalries.
Honestly, yeah, I completely see that. That is, yeah, that's refreshing.
I know. No more Steelers. Steelers Ravens as a rivalry is probably done.
It's been dying off. Yeah.
It's been dying
Man,
off slowly.
I miss the old days and the Steelers Ravens rivalry.
Oh,
My God, the
amazing.
the Steelers Ravens AFC Championship. The Ravens player got knocked out in that game. Remember that,
Yeah.
dude? That was God. That was an insane. That was that was a that was a good ass rivalry, man. But it's definitely been dying
That was
down.
when football was football. That's the one like every
Yeah,
player was like 32.
yeah,
There's like there was no rookies in the league. Everybody was like 35 and
yeah.
trying to kill each other.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. Man, before they started shaving down, changing some of the rules, but it is what
Mhm.
it is. Man, next pick is New Orleans, 28.
New Orleans doesn't actually they because their cap situation is terrible. They can't. That's why they didn't do anything in free agency.
Yeah,
Um,
they lost some good defensive linemen, so that's where I think you got to go.
yeah, man, you're still. I mean, you still got Tom Brady to deal with. You're gonna have Tom Brady for at least another year.
Yeah,
So, at least maybe another 2 years probably. So then you're gonna have Sam Darnold. You're gonna get Atlanta. Like let's say Atlanta gets Kyle Pitts. You're definitely gonna like Atlanta's gonna be a good offense. So
well, the thing is, they haven't. The Falcons have honestly had not. They have. I don't remember the last time their offense was bad. It's just their defense has been holding them back for so long.
mhm.
That is why they've sucked the last few years. Is because while the offense is just pumping out yards, the defense is just allowing that much more.
So then I guess yeah they well yeah I guess well Atlanta's I don't think they're gonna go defense that high unless they trade down.
No.
But
Yeah.
in terms of the New Orleans, you got to get defense, man.
Yeah.
'Cause offense. I mean, the league is always going to be offensive centric now, especially. So I'd say a good defense is very valuable. The Saints had a good defense last year for the most part,
Yeah. They also
but
lost K1 Alexander actually too. So
yeah, so they're losing a
line
lot of skill like position players.
yeah,
So
so
I think
line
they have to address that. They have
yeah,
to address.
linebacker or defensive line. I think that's the way to go for the
Yeah,
Saints.
the offense is going to be good.
It
Jameis or
is.
Taysom Hill, whoever it is, it's going to
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah. All right. Next is Green Bay. This team's good, but there is room for improvement on the Packers. I
Get an offensive lineman because they lost Corey Linsley.
yeah, yeah, there's potential there. They could pursue a receiver to finally have someone else besides Devontae Adams actually be important. And
Instead of
then
what's that guy's name? Valdez Scantling.
yeah, Valdez Scantling. That's right.
And then I don't even know. I don't even know any other receiver on that team.
Yeah, me neither.
It's bad.
I can't remember. Anyways, uh, yeah. So receiver, um, O line, or defense.
Mm-hmm.
The defense could have some slight improvement. So yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
linebacker because they have Jair Alexander at corner. That's solid. They have a I can't remember his name, but they do have a really solid defensive line. I'm picturing his face, but I can't remember his name.
Is it the other Alexander guy? Zary Alexander?
Yeah, 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 yeah. No. Zadarius Smith. That's his name.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zadarius
I mean
Smith.
The Packers have a good defense. Like they really do.
Yeah.
It's just like Kevin King was just like getting torched every single moment in the NFC Championship. So just find a replacement for that guy.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they can't because they re-signed him. So I just get offensive lineman or receiver. Aaron Rodgers. I really do want to see Aaron Rodgers in a Super Bowl again. I'm tired of seeing him in NFC. I want to see him in a Super Bowl.
Dude,
It's getting tiring.
he's lost 5 straight NFC championships that he's appeared in.
Has he?
Yeah.
True. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah,
There was 20.
he lost to the Giants and then lost to
No. The Giants was divisional.
oh, really?
It was Seattle.
Seattle,
Then it was
Atlanta,
then it was Atlanta.
then it was San Fran.
Then San Fran, and then Tampa. So it's four straight. It was four
Ah,
straight.
I thought that
But
was
they got blown out. They got blown out. Well, not except the Seattle one, but the last three they've got blown out in all of them basically.
I think
Like Tampa Bay, like
they were
that
coming
game was
back. They were
they're
coming
coming
back.
back, but it was 28-10 at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
They
and
they
the
got
other two were just
they got destroyed by Atlanta and San Fran.
yeah,
They
yeah,
got
they got
obliterated.
humiliated. Yeah, it wasn't even. It was over by by the third quarter.
Yeah,
That's how bad it was.
Atlanta and San Fran destroyed the Packers in
Yeah.
their NFC Championship games.
So they're coming up short. I don't know why the Packers don't recognize that. Clearly, I mean, maybe if you just gave Aaron Rodgers another good receiver, maybe something would change. And Aaron Rodgers is not good when he's down, when he has to play
No,
down.
he's not.
So
No, he's
he's
not.
terrible. His record is insanely terrible. It's historically terrible. So just give him some weapons. Give him something. Give him something, man. Please. I want to see. I need to see. Listen, we only ever got the chance to see Drew Brees play in one Super Bowl, and he did win. But it's like I don't want to see these players, like especially
These
like
all-time greats.
these all time greats. I don't want to have seen him only reach the pinnacle once, and that one time being like 10 years ago. I want to see them.
Yeah,
That's why and I do think that's a reason why people hate Tom Brady, because here's a guy who's like the oldest living human being in
Chris
sports.
Collinsworth, impression there. Here's a guy.
Now here's a guy. Now anyway, but no, here's a guy. I'm being serious though. Like here's a guy who's been in the league forever, and he's consistently on top because his teams take care of him. And Drew Brees is listen. I don't know why the Saints couldn't make a Super Bowl in the past 3 years. I really don't. Or 2017 they could have. 2018 they could have. 2019 they could have.
No, they should have. The infamous snow call.
But even then, the Saints still had a chance to win that game, and Drew Brees threw an interception.
That is true. That is
so.
True.
It's just I don't like that was sad that we couldn't see Drew Brees in at least one more Super Bowl. And so I want to see Aaron Rodgers, and the last thing I want to see Aaron Rodgers do is be on the Packers, tear it up in the regular season, win the wild card and win the divisional, and then fucking just get destroyed in the NFC Championship. It's getting boring. Is you know what I'm saying? It's getting
Yeah,
boring now.
yeah,
Like
no,
I
it's true.
honestly wanted the Green Bay to beat Tampa Bay. I don't want to see the Bucks in the Super Bowl, but I wanted to see Mahomes versus Rodgers. That would have been an all-time duel. But no, but we didn't get it. Now we just and now I feel like the Packers are going to be worse next season for some, like maybe not 13-3, maybe like 11 and oh no, I'm doing all this math.
12-5.
Yeah, 12-5, 11-6. So I want to see the Pack. Even though I'm a Bears fan, I know the Bears are going to be bad for like at least 2 years. So in the meantime, I want to see the Packers at least be like good again.
Yeah,
And this is just as a football fan, not even as a Bears fan or a Chargers fan. Just as like an NFL fan, I want to see Rodgers make the Super Bowl again.
yeah, yeah. That would be
Thank you.
interesting. Yeah, you really just said thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right,
All
who's
right.
next?
Bills. This one's so easy. Like running back.
A running back. Yeah, they're
Like
great. They're literally
they're
great
great
everywhere.
at almost every single position
Yeah,
except running back.
exactly. So you get a running back.
No,
Just so
no,
The last thing
no,
you want
no.
is Josh Allen to be Ben Roethlisberger and throw 45 times a game.
Yeah, that's true. Enough said. Running back. Moving on.
Yeah,
uh,
move on.
the Chiefs. Who the hell do the Chiefs need? I mean, O line saw they got it done.
Hmm.
Tight end, it's Travis Kelsey. Receivers, maybe they could replace Sammy Watkins, but do they really
I
need to?
honestly, dude, you could put Mahomes with the Bengals offense, and they'd probably still make the AFC Championship. So
Yeah,
I don't think I think they
no
I guess the
defense,
defense is
but
probably
even
more.
then, the defense isn't even bad.
But
Uh,
no, one of they
I'd
need
say,
linebackers
yeah, Chiefs probably, yeah,
because their run stopping, their run defense was not the best last year.
okay,
Leonard
okay,
Fournette ran all over him.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that's true.
so
Well, linebacker it is for the Chiefs. And then
yeah,
with the last pick in the first round, the Bucks.
I mean,
They got everybody back.
honestly, it's literally whoever the best, except quarterback, whoever the best available person is.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like it can literally be anyway. But if I'm the Bucks, I guess go defense. Might as well just make the defense even better.
yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there you have it.
All right.
That's the 2021.
Do you want to go over the teams that do not have a pick in the first round? Just what they need real quick. There's only
Go ahead.
three. It's the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Texans. Do not have a first round pick.
Well, the
Let's go.
Texans need everything.
Everything.
I'd say just go defense, just because why not?
Yeah.
Rams, Rams are a talented roster, man, but they did lose some secondary people, even though they got
So
Jalen Ramsey. So I'd say secondary.
probably the safety position is where they
Yes,
need
safety
replacement.
specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Seahawks offensive line because they have a terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
So
That's an easy one. Offensive
yeah,
line. Yep. That is by far their worst position. Yeah, God, Russell Wilson, the most stacked quarterback in the last decade.
just crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. All right. Well, unless there's anything else, I mean, that concludes, everybody's team needs before the draft. And draft is tomorrow, and
Yeah.
next week we'll analyze it. And I'm excited to talk about it, man. Excited to analyze it, see
I am. I
what
can't wait to
rumors.
break it down. I
Yeah,
cannot wait for it.
I know. It's so exciting. I'm excited to, see what rumors come to light and what big surprises
I,
happen and all that
do you
stuff.
think there's gonna be any draft controversies or anything like that? Do you think there's gonna be anything that's gonna be like, whoa, like this is gonna be a story for the next
Like,
2 weeks?
like, honestly, I think the biggest thing would be because I think the biggest potential right now coming up is the biggest potential rumor is probably Jimmy G being traded.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that, or a surprise team trading up in the middle of the draft to get somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
I literally can't wait because there's like 40 million scenarios that can happen in terms
yeah.
of trading up and all that stuff that have been speculated or
I know.
reported. So
I
I
know the
can't wait to see.
Yeah, I know the Eagles are rumored to trade up. We're,
That's not gonna happen.
I mean, actually, I don't know because the Eagles are thinking about trading away Zach Ertz to somebody. So, and that's, well, I mean, terrible idea on the Eagles, but I mean, yeah,
The Eagles are gonna be bad. I'm sorry.
I know
It
it.
doesn't matter who the Eagles draft, as long as
They'll probably
I don't know,
draft my
man.
desk or something. I don't know.
Exactly. They're gonna draft something. They're gonna draft something terrible. Want to know who they're gonna draft?
Who?
They're gonna draft Jamarcus Russell. With the luck you guys are having, that's what they're gonna do.
Or Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, or Josh Gordon,
Josh.
who honestly I think would be the best receiver if he actually was on that team,
God.
which is sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit,
But
we
yeah,
might
man.
draft Peyton Hillis.
The Mad, infamous
The
Madden
Madden
12
12
cover
cover.
action. That's the only thing that he's known for.
That's so true. Oh my god. Well, all right. That concludes episode 11 of the Thunderbird podcast. As we said, we're going to cover the draft and how much teams improved. And until then, we'll see you guys and have fun watching the draft tomorrow. Yeah.
Exactly. Have fun, guys.
See ya.
Take care.